Elon Musk. Good old Elon. So, Elon Musk announced his plans to create an AI game studio to make great gaming great again. Um, and we know he's a big nerd. He's a big nerd too. And the fact is, I'm sure he's just as disappointed as everyone else with the way the games are going. The fact that people who are real, overly paid, are not able to create good stories anymore, create good product anymore. So, if AI is able to write a story, to produce a story, and it'll all be a lot cheaper, because then you won't really have many people to pay. So these will be great games, but a lot cheaper because you don't have all the people working there. Um, so a game that can create not only the story, but create these characters, which are actual characters, not just, oh, well, this person is black and that's their entire personality. No, like actual character. Um, I think that'd be really cool, and I think that's something that, while weird at first, weird, I think gamers would probably be open to, especially with the slew of it's just this year, the slew of just terrible games. Like, say there's 100 games that came out, you only have like one or two of them that were actually good. Because these companies just they don't care anymore. They're more concerned about inserting DEI and other bullcrap into their games than telling a good story and making the game good. But the world's richest man has apparently had enough, along with everyone else. Elon Musk today announced plans to create an AI game studio to make gaming great again. Musk, a longtime gamer who was at one time the world's top-ranked Diablo 4 player, that's crazy, has been vocal in the past with his opinions on the gaming industry and a shift towards identity politics and virtue signaling. Musk has weighed in repeatedly on the topics like pronoun selection appearing in AAA video games and other agenda driven content making its way onto consoles. The ideological approach to storytelling has become the rule of modern gaming. Also, I kind of the last video I did, I made this little meme, especially with Sweet Baby Inc. My germs. That's what Sweet Baby Inc. does. They insert their crap, their grimy, tiny, small, nasty fingers into modern gaming, and just no one wants to touch it anymore. Um, but you know, rather than exception, the gamers have started to people are tired of it. People are tired of it. These games right here, after the disastrous rollout of games like Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, which the deluxe edition was like $100. It's now like $5 on Epic Games. Um, Dragon Age, the Veilguard, the Failguard. No one liked that game. Barely got to 2 million. Barely got to 1 million after a month. 30,000 refunds, so that's $2 million loss. Dustborn, no one plays it. Star Wars Outlaws just got released on PC or on Steam and didn't even break like 2,500 players at one time. These are games from big name companies. And oh, Concord, a game so terrible that after 2 weeks it was pulled from online and stores. So gamers are doing whatever they can to make their voices and opinions heard. All right, so we've got Elon, one of those gamers has a net worth of $326.4 billion. That's billion with a B. Too many game studios that are owned by massive corporations. AI is going to start an AI. Oh, AI is going to start an AI game studio to make games great again. Shibatoshi Nakamoto. I don't understand how game developers and game journalism got so ideologically captured. Gamers have always been trolls, anti-greedy corporations, BS, anti-BS. Gamers have also rejected dumb manipulative BS and can tell when someone is an outside poser. Yeah. Why lean into the BS? Yeah, exactly. Like they corporations and people have this idea that gamers are like stupid. You know, that we're all basement dwellers and incels and that we don't have relationships apart from the people we meet online. And they fail to understand that no, actually, we're very intelligent when it comes to, say, problem solving, puzzle solving. Gamers are actually best at that because that's what we do in games. We problem solve, we solve puzzles, complex puzzles. So, a lot of people, wives, husbands, families. So, they see gamers and they think that their rooms are filled with like freaking Dorito bags and Mountain Dew because that's the stereotype that's been put on gamers. But gamers are not like that. Most of them are normal. Most of them are normal. They have lives. They have jobs. Some have multiple jobs. Some have their own businesses. But these companies think that gamers are stupid and that, oh well, look, we've produced a new game and that people are just gonna yay. But we've gotten to the point where they're say, hey, look, we've got a game for you, and the gamers are like, yeah, but it sucks. What? How do you know it sucks? It's got DEI in it. DEI, instant turn off. Well, how do you know it's bad if you haven't played? Just look at the other games that have come out with DEI. Some of them produced by you. They all sucked. But you haven't played it yet. We don't need to. We don't need to. You know? You're trying to sell me something. You're trying to you're taking the bag of dog shit and trying to dress it up real nice and trying to convince me that it's something else. But you take off the bow and everything, it's still a bag of dog shit. I don't have to look inside the bag to know that it's dog shit. I've seen it so many times. I know the smell of it. And just because it's got a bow or looks a little different, it's still dog shit. And they think gamers are stupid. They really do. You have the people who, just all these companies constantly who are just as ignorant as the companies themselves because they refuse to accept or acknowledge or just see the fact that these games are just not good anymore. I mean, Ubisoft or EA or whatever back in the day, banger after banger after banger, so many good games would come out, and you'd find yourself one year, it's like, okay, we just had like 3-4 releases from EA. I'm not even done with the first game, and I want to get into, or Ubisoft or Square, or, I mean, look at Square, Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts. We had this legendary company, and now look at them. All because they've been giving into the DEI bullcrap. And they think we're stupid. That we're just going to be like they think they can just pull the Jedi mind trick on us and these games are good. These games are good. You're going to pay $80 for the game. We're going to pay $80 for the game. You're going to enjoy it. We're going to enjoy it. Like, they seriously think we're stupid. A bag of dog crap, even with a bow on it, it's still dog crap. A game studio backed by Musk could have the ability to change the course of the gaming world. Much as the Tesla and SpaceX head honcho changed the social media game when he purchased Twitter. Oh god, the meltdown that people were having. An AI studio would be able to, in theory, churn out games faster. Yeah. After the bloated AAA studios that sometimes take anywhere from 5 to 10 years to put out a new title. This would be a substantial leap forward in AI adoption and might very well spark an... Yeah, I really hope so. Not to mention it'd be cheaper. Because it's not going to be humans you have to pay to write the games and characters and all that. it's AI. So the games that come out will be a lot cheaper because you're not having to pay anyone for the manual labor. I assume most of them would probably be digital, which that cuts out distribution. So yeah, we could be seeing really, really, really good like action RPGs and stuff like that for maybe half the price of what they're expecting us to pay now. You know, a normal game comes out, it's like what, $60? So we could have like cheap indie style games, you know, really, really good games for like $20. You know, so quality gaming for a cheap price that everyone could afford. Because most people get turned off by that $70, $80 price tag, especially when it's a game that they hear may not be that great. So putting out a really well written, fun game at $20, $30, as opposed to some crap game for 70, 80, more people will want it to get into gaming. So people who may been like, oh well, I wanted to get into gaming, but you know, just the games lately, nothing's really piqued my interest, and they're just expensive. You know, it's like I have to work two, three jobs, and you know, I don't have the extra money to pay, you know, 70, $80 for a game that I may not like. You know, so this could really change change the game. Um, Musk's announcement received high praise from former World of Warcraft leader Grums, team leader Grums. His name's Mark. Oh, hi Mark, but we just call him Grums. We just call him by his name that we see him online. It's time. Uh, Double A games are outperforming. Yeah, yeah. Like I bring up all the time, like Hollow Knight and Five Nights at Freddy's. These were not AAA games. Five Nights at Freddy's was created by Scott Cawthon, one man in his house. He had his sons test the game and then he released it. Look what happened. Look what happened. 10 years later, what 60 freaking games it seems, 20,000 books. We got a second movie coming out. Look what happened. It went from this small indie type situation to a worldwide phenomena kind of thing where everyone knows what Five Nights at Freddy's is. Same thing with like Hollow Knight. When it first released, not many people know, not well known, but then more people played it and they're like, "Wow, this game is really good. The art style is beautiful. The storytelling is amazing. The characters are just beautiful to look at, small and cute. You know, the enemies are some of them can get pretty gruesome looking. Um, the music is beautiful, the sound is beautiful, the controls are great. So, yeah, AAA game, AAA companies think that because they're AAA companies that it's like, oh well, we just naturally put out. No, no. Sometimes small indie gamers, indie developers on Steam are just creating better crap than AAA companies. Um, AAA budgets of these massive corporate games are unsustainable. 8 to 12 studios spread out over the world to make one game is hugely inefficient. Mythical Man Month on steroids. 300 million to 1 billion dollar budgets competing for 5 to 10 slots a year between success and failure. High risk means no new ideas and yeah, because they're not going to try anything new when they're like, oh well, we have other games and other companies to compete with, so we're just going to put out the same crap that we've been putting out for the last 20 years, except it's going to be somehow worse. They're already collapsing. Meanwhile, AA studios with 40 70 million dollar budgets, which is incredibly small for their, you know, given you know, games and all that, are delivering 5 to 10 times return and taking all the top sale. Yeah, well deserved. Well, like indie gamers like them, they are the true gamers. They are truly passionate about what they're doing. You know, they don't have any agenda. They don't have any ideological crap to push. They just want to create good games. Games that not only that they're passionate about, but games that they know other people are passionate about. That's why you see so many games, like, the whole Metroid thing where you got the whole one big map, or you have a lot of Legend of Zelda knockoffs or something, because those are games that people love, and the person creating has a passion for those kinds of games, so they're going to create what they have a passion for, knowing that other people are going to enjoy it too. That's all you have to do to make a game. Just create what people are passionate about. No added bloat, no added politics, no added ideological crap. Just make a good game. Good story, rich and rich characters with actual character, not just they're black and that's their entire personality. No, real characters that you can care about, controls that work. Uh, it's not hard. These people, these AAA companies are taking a simple idea and simple formula and making it harder than it needs to be. You know, they're making it harder than it needs to be. Musk offered no further comment on the announcement, meaning we're going to have to wait and see what becomes of this exciting development in the world of gaming. Uh, yeah. If it means quality gaming again, like the games of old, you know, whoop. I say this all the time. Look at Nintendo. Look at how many IPs Nintendo has that have been around for 30, 40 years. Legend of Zelda, Mario, Metroid, Star Fox, Kirby, Donkey Kong. But then look at the games that come out now. Do you see any of these characters really getting a whole line of games? No, because they're not about making games anymore. They're not about making fun games. They're about pushing ideological crap. And that's why you're never going to hear Mario going, "Hello, my name is Mario. My pronouns are he, him." You're not going to hear that because Nintendo knows better. Unlike other Japanese companies that have given into the freaking forced diversity crap, Nintendo knows better. Given, some of their other practices that people don't like, they know how to make games for everyone. Whether it be Mario or the more recent, more like Splatoon that was released, a couple years ago. They know how to create games. And they know that they create games that people want to play. That's why their games really aren't that hard. Or, I mean, even if they have pose a challenge, you could still get through. Mario, Zelda, 40 years. 40 years. And they're still going strong because they're good games. Indie gamers take inspiration from the original Mario and Zelda. And even games now still take inspiration from Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time because of how big of game changers they were for the whole 3D era. So all you have to do is just create a game that people are passionate about. No forced ideological crap, no modern politics, just create a good game. But these companies can't help themselves. They can't. And then they wonder why they are having to lay off hundreds of their employees because they're not making enough money to pay everyone. They wonder why this game that they have so much faith in is making less, selling less than 100 a million copies. Between that and their marketing strategy of, oh, if you don't like it, don't play it. Oh, you don't like the game, you're just a bunch of phobes, this and isms. Combine that together, you just have to make a good game. You're a game company. A game company. People use games as an escape from the real world. Keep the real world crap out of it. And they'll become moneymakers. But since they're not going to do that, Elon is taking upon himself to fill that void. Because people do want quality games again. So I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea. I've read a lot of AI stories over the past couple months. I've looked at those like AI chat type things, and yeah, you can sit there and talk about your day and stuff, and it feels like you're talking to a real person, even though you're not. So they're very descriptive. And it's not like they go off into a tangent and like spew some weird crap. No, you would think that it's a real human being. That is how good AI is now. Um, so I think if AI has the ability to make games that we want, action RPGs, sports games, adventure games, first person shooters, you know, and it will be half the price of what it takes to make a game right now, we should embrace it. Especially if it means we're going to be having to spend less, especially around the holiday season, uh, for those particular games. Instead of an $80 title, you can get a real top quality game for like $20, like on Steam from indie gamer, from indie developers. They put their heart and soul into these games, and even though they had to shell out a good chunk of money, they don't care because they have enough faith in their product to know that even if they sell it for like $20, they're going to make everything they spent back and then some because they care about the gamers having a good experience because they're passionate about what they do. So I think it's a great idea. I know not everyone will agree. Everyone's like, AI is taking. Well, I mean, if the humans are in charge of making good games aren't doing it, I mean, so it's like, oh well, people are gonna lose their jobs. They're already losing their jobs. They're already losing their jobs. And these people who are in charge of creating games are not doing their job by making good games. So will it really be any different if the AI is doing it instead? So anyway, let me hear what you guys think about AI and AI gaming, and what kind of AI game would you like to see mostly produced? Are you like a RPG kind of person? Are you racing or first person shooter? Let me know. But anyway, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye guys.